Welcome to the 1997 High School Challenge, brought to you by KCRG TV9. And now, here's your host, Denny Frary.
Thank you very much. Hey, we got a lively crowd here this morning, and welcome to the High School Challenge. This kicks off this season, and we're very excited to have two wonderful schools joining us, Marion and Prairie, and I think we're going to have a good, friendly competition here in the next half hour, so I'm glad you're with us, and stay tuned because this is going to be fun. Let's meet the team, first of all, from Marion High School. The sophomore is Chris Hannell. Juniors, a bunch of them, Seth Nemick and Jason Gruber, Jason Kleppe and Steve Godecki, and Tom Paulson is here as a senior, and the coach is Kathleen Braun. Please say hello to Marion High School. Welcome. Right on, yes. Now let's meet the team from Prairie High School, and the sophomore is Nate Walker and Kate Thursby and Jenny Drehas, and juniors Adam Ostrenga, Mike Jansen, Amanda Ballantyne, and we've got seniors here, James Horick and Kendra McCoy, and the coach is Lori Azeltine. Please welcome Prairie High School. Good to have you here. Now, this season, I'm very happy to inform you we have our judge back, and he's a wonderful guy, and he's here to correct my mistakes and maybe a few by the teams. We'll see how we go here. But please say hello to a man completing his 29th year at Cedar Rapids College, Mr. Jack Laugan. Jack, good to have you. Now, of course, thanks to KCRG TV9, no team will leave empty-handed, but what are the teams aiming for? Well, to get to the Final Four and then the championship. If they win that, they win $1,500, so that's the ultimate prize. This is the High School Challenge, and we'll be back for round one with Marion and Prairie coming up. And welcome back to the KCRG TV9 High School Challenge. Today we've got Marion High School and Prairie High School ready to go. Now let me explain the rules. They're very simple, really. I'll be asking the questions here. That's what they pay me for. And the first team that rings the buzzer when I ask the question will get an opportunity to answer, of course. And when they do so, if they do so correctly, they win 5 points here in the first round. And then they go on to answer, possibly correctly, a bonus question, and that's another 5 points. If, however, the first team sounding the buzzer answers the question incorrectly, I'll turn to the opposing team, and they will have a chance to answer the 5-point toss-up question and then subsequently get 5 points for a bonus. So that having been said, those are the rules. Pretty simple. Fun game, though. The KCRG TV9 High School Challenge. Here we go. Prairie and Marion. Now here's the first question, and the category teams is crime. Any attempt to illegally avoid paying taxes is called tax. And we go to Steve for Marion.
Evasion.
Evasion is right. That's 5 points for Marion. So they're on the board. Do you know those guys out in the audience? Okay, 5 points. Here we go. Capitalization on your bonus try. How many words should not be capitalized in this title of a painting? Still life with basket of apples. And Chris? 2. 2 is right. Another 5 points for Marion. All right, the crowd is up for it, and we've got a game going on. I'll tell you, 10-0. Marion has an early lead here. Here's the next toss-up for you. Writing is the category. What punctuation marks should be used around a word or words used in an ironical sense? And we go to James for Prairie.
Quotation marks.
Quotation marks is exactly right. That's 5 points for Prairie. Nice going. So you could tie the game now with the bonus. Last words. What is the last word in this quote of O. Henry's last words? Turn up the lights. I don't want to go home in the...
Dark.
You have to sound the buzzer. Now, Amanda.
Dark.
Dark is right. Okay, now you got 5 more points, so the game is tied at 10 apiece. 10 apiece. Prairie and Marion. Politics is the category now in the toss-up. What hyphenated adjective having to do with something that dissipates describes a room where an inner circle of politicians gather to plan and scheme? Players have James for Prairie.
Fog room.
I'm sorry, fog room is incorrect, so we go over to Marion. And Tom.
Steam bath?
I'm sorry, you're both incorrect, but you were both close. The answer is smoke-filled. They gather in a smoke-filled room. A lot of important decisions made in this country over the years. Well, nice try, right, you're right. 10 apiece now. Here we go with the next category, technological geography. What region in California, south of San Francisco, derives its nickname? And we go to Tom for Marion.
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, you guessed it, and you got it right. So you're up to 15 now. You lead at 15 to 10. Here is the bonus for you. Disorders. What medical term describes this condition? For 16 months, the accident victim remained in a state of deep unconsciousness from which he could not be aroused. Tom.
Coma.
Coma is right. Another 5. So kind of a seesaw game here. It's Marion back on top. 20 to 10 is the score. Now here's the next category, the heart. An abnormally rapid or violent heartbeat. And we go to Tom for Marion.
Arrhythmia.
Arrhythmia is acceptable.
Or palpitation. You're right. You get 5 points. Well, I have to say, Marion, pretty impressive here in the early going. Now we have a 5-point bonus chance for you. Milestones in history. What age is said to have begun on December 2nd, 1942 at the University of Chicago with the creation, well, you might as well let me finish because it's a bonus and it's just you, creation of the first self-sustaining nuclear chain reaction. And now, Tom.
The atomic age.
The atomic age, right. And 5 more points. So Marion out to a pretty healthy early lead. It's 30 to 10, but of course things can change a lot here. Resolutions is the next category. The morally reassuring allocation of happy and unhappy fates to the virtuous and vicious characters respectively at the end of a literary or dramatic work is known as what kind of justice? And James for
Literary.
Prairie. Pardon me?
Literary.
Literary is not right, so Marion gets their chance. Steve.
Poetic.
Poetic is right. 5 points. Well, you're piling them up here early on. Here's the bonus chance for you. Storm's the category. The following is a description of what kind of storm. A central barometric pressure of 28.5 to 28.93 inches, winds from 96 to 110 miles an hour, storm surge 6 to 8 feet, and damage moderate. And Chris?
A gale.
I'm sorry, the answer is hurricane. Hurricane is the storm we were looking for. But yeah, good try. It's 35 to 10. And here we go with the next toss-up. Decay is the category. Material capable of decaying through the action of living organisms is described by what 6-syllable term? Tom, Marion.
Decomposition.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect, so we go here over to Prairie. And we go to James.
Biodegradable.
Is right, and so you get 5 points for Prairie. Your fans are getting involved now too. 35 to 15, we like to hear that. Here's the bonus. Life forms. What life form could be described as a few genes wrapped in protein? James?
A virus.
Virus or viruses, you're right, and that's 5 more points. So you've closed the gap. The score now is 35 for Marion and 20 for Prairie. Here now the next toss-up, stock transactions. You purchased 50 shares of General Auckworks stock at $20 per share and sold it for $35. What is your gross profit? Players have 10 seconds. Chris, Marion.
$3,000.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect, so we go here over to Prairie. And Nate.
$750.
$750. You're right. Another 5 points for Prairie, so you cut further into that lead. So it's 35 to 25, and this will be the last question, your bonus question of the first round. And here we go for Prairie. Wages. Curly Pyle receives a weekly salary of $300 plus a 10% commission on all sales he makes above a $2,000 weekly quota. Last week, he had $3,800 in sales. What were his gross earnings for the week? And sorry the buzzer sounds, but the answer is $480. So you didn't get that, but you've closed the gap. The score now is Marion 35 and Prairie 25. Close game. Round 2 coming up. Point totals double. Gonna be fun. Here's a nice word or two about Marion High School. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to the second round now of today's edition of the KCRG TV9 High School Challenge. Right now, Marion holds a 10-point lead, 35-25 over Prairie. But now here in the second round, the rules remain the same, but the point totals double. By that I mean the teams are now eligible for 10 points for each toss-up question answered correctly and 10 points for each bonus. So a lot can change, point totals doubling like that. Now here's the first question of round 2 with Marion and Prairie. And this has to do with body temperature. What is a 5-syllable term for an exceptionally high body temperature in excess of 105 degrees? Adam.
Hypothermia.
Pardon me?
Hyperthermia.
Hyperthermia is right, and that's 10 points for Prairie. So Prairie has tied the game. We now have 35 apiece, and you could go 10 points in the lead with your bonus. Maritime jurisdiction, the category. Those parts of the oceans beyond the territorial waters of any state are described by what 2-word phrase? I'm sorry the buzzer sounds. The answer is high seas. They're classified as high seas. But the game is tied at 35 apiece. And minerals is the next category now. Plant material accumulated in an environment where partial decay occurred. Most of the hydrogen and oxygen was removed, leaving a residue composed primarily of carbon. This residue consolidated into what mineral? And Tom for Marion.
Coal.
Coal is right. And so 10 points for Marion. 45-35. And Marion, here's your bonus chance now. Proverbs. This proverb is reminiscent of what proverb? Don't shirk your work for the sake of a dream. A fish in the dish is worth 10 in the stream. And Chris.
A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Is exactly right, and you have 10 more points. That's good thinking. Good thinking. 55-35, and Marion back out to a 20-point bulge here. Journeys is the next category. What practice common to many world religions involves a journey to a holy place? And we go over here to Jenny for Prairie.
Mission.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect, so I'll complete the question now for Marion. What practice common to many world religions involves a journey to a holy place or sacred shrine to obtain special blessings? Okay, we go to Jason.
Pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage is right. 10 more points for Marion. So now you have a bonus chance here to increase your lead, which is already 65-35. Advertisements. What company recruited employees with this ad in a Missouri newspaper? Wanted. Young, skinny, wiry fellows, not over 18, must be expert riders willing to face death daily. Orphans preferred. Wages $25 a week. Chris.
Pony Express.
Is right again. 10 more points from there. So you're up now 75-35. Here's the next category on the toss-up. Velocities. I love these. An airplane is traveling due westward with a velocity of 400 miles per hour, but it is flying directly into a headwind with a velocity of 40 miles an hour. What is the resultant velocity of the airplane? And Chris for Marion.
360.
360. You're right. 10 more points for Marion. Well, both these teams pretty darn impressive, I'd say. Okay, here's your bonus chance. Federal agencies. The National Park Service is a bureau of what executive department? Players can confer, and they did. Chris?
Department of Forestry.
I'm sorry, it's the Department of the Interior is what we were looking for. But you get encouragement from the hometown fans. It's 85-35. Next category, senators. Bobby Kennedy served as a senator representing what state? And we go to Jason. Marion.
California.
I'm sorry, that is not right. Over here to Prairie.
Tennessee.
Adam, you said?
Tennessee.
No, I'm sorry. The answer is New York. You served as senator from New York. Here's the next toss-up chance for you now. Sound. What term refers to the characteristics of an auditorium or concert hall? And we go to Kendra for Prairie.
Acoustics?
Acoustics is right. 10 points for Prairie High School. Earthquake prediction. Some scientists believe that just prior to an earthquake, greater amounts of what radioactive gas are released and dissolved in groundwater? Adam.
Natural gas.
I'm sorry, the answer is radon, so that's incorrect, but you do have 10 more, obviously, so it's 85 to 45. Here's the next category, imperialism. What European country once controlled practically all of Northwest Africa? Jason, Marion.
England.
England is not right. Prairie has a chance. And Jenny.
France?
France is right, 10 points. I'm not positive you were sure of that, but you got it. Okay, it's another 10, so you closed to 85-55. Here's a chance for another 10 on the bonus. Presidential addresses. These were among the major points made in what president's address to a joint session of Congress? Open covenants of peace, freedom of the seas, no barriers to international trade, reduction of armaments, return of lost territory to Russia. Players conferring. Like to see that, Kendra?
Wilson?
Woodrow Wilson, you're right again. 10 more points for Prairie. So it's a close game, 85 to 65, but Marion's still in the lead. Proposals on the toss-up. Governor Pete Wilson has proposed to deny citizenship to the children of undocumented aliens. This would require a change in which amendment to the U.S. Constitution? Jenny for Prairie.
Fourth?
I'm sorry, fourth is not right. Marion. Taking a chance, Chris.
Sixth?
I'm sorry, it's the 14th. 14th. Here's the next toss-up. This will be the last toss-up of this round. Sayings. How is this saying usually expressed? The elbow grease, toil, and travail of those with the feminine mystique is at no time executed to completion. And we go over to Chris. Marion.
A woman's work is never done?
And that's right, 10 points for Marion. A woman's work is never done. So you see what that means. You now go to 95, and it's 95 to 65. You could go over 100 now, and this is the final question of this round. The bonus for you, historical associations. The plant for which George Washington Carver discovered so many new uses was also the basis of the family business of what American president? Tom?
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter is right. Another 10 points for Mary. It's nice to have a teammate. That's terrific. Okay, now the score is, as we close out the second round here, Marion has 105 and it's 65 for Prairie, but the valedictorian round is just around the corner. We'll have a few words now about Prairie High School and be right back. Stay with us. And welcome back now to the final round here of today's edition of the KCRG TV9 High School Challenge. We've got Marion and Prairie going at it today. It's 105 to 65, and right now Marion has the lead. But here in the valedictorian round, a lot can change. Let me tell you how it works. I'll continue to ask the questions, of course, in rather rapid-fire fashion. Now, all the questions are worth 15 points. But now here's the rub. If the first team buzzing in answers correctly, they win 15 points. If they answer incorrectly, we deduct 15 points from their team total. So remember that as I tell you again, it's 105 to 65, and right now Marion has the lead. Here we go, the valedictorian round, Marion and Prairie. Alliances, the category. Austria-Hungary and Italy were two of the three nations that formed the Triple Alliance prior to World War I. Identify the third country. And we go to James for Prairie.
Germany.
Germany is right, so 15 points for Prairie. Suddenly, Prairie up to 80. It's 105 to 80. The next question, quotes. Who wrote this to his daughter in 1784? For my part, I wish the bald eagle had not been chosen as the, and we go to Kate for Prairie.
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin, right, 15 more points. Well, they're majorly catching up here. It's 105 to 95. Crusaders. He was born in North Carolina and was ordained as a Southern Baptist minister in 1944. He launched blockbuster evangelical campaigns lasting for months and packed huge venues like Yankee Stadium and Madison Square Garden, as well as similar places abroad. Name him. Players have 5 seconds. James.
Billy Graham.
Billy Graham is right, and Prairie gets another 15. So suddenly, I believe it's 110 for Prairie and 105 for Marion. So again, Marion now trails by 5. Sports, the category. What professional athlete said this in 1993? I am retiring, not because I don't love... And we go to Kate for Prairie. What?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is right. Another 15 for Prairie. All right, here's the next question for you. Bays. Montego Bay is a port on what Caribbean island? Little geography there. Kate again for Prairie.
Jamaica.
Jamaica, right again. I'll tell you, Kate is hot. And here we go. Elections now, the category. Just over 250 voters cast ballots in the Creede, Colorado election for county commissioners. This number of eligible voters who actually cast ballots in an election is referred to by what compound term? Buzzer sounds. The answer is turnout. We were looking for turnout. 140, 105, and Prairie has a lead. Philosophy. Which branch of philosophy is particularly concerned with what are right and wrong actions? And we go over to, let's see, James for Prairie.
Ethics.
Ethics is right. Add 15 more to Prairie's score. Nonfiction. Nonfiction. This line from a story about Plum Creek was written by whom? One day a dark cloud covered the sun, a cloud unlike anything and we go to Kate for Prairie.
Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Is right again, another 15. Rack 'em up for Prairie. Dictionary use. The sound F in a word may be spelled with just the letter F or with the letters FF or with what two other letter, and we go to Chris for Marion.
PH
We need 2 other letter combinations, PH.
and PF.
I'm sorry, it's GH. We were looking for GH, so unfortunately we have to take 15 away there, but you're still seriously in the game here. South America. What South American country is bordered to its west by Chile and on its east by Uruguay? And Seth for Marion.
Bolivia.
I'm sorry, the answer is Argentina, so that's another 15 we have to take away there. Songs. During what war was the song Rosie the Riveter a popular ballad? Chris for Marion.
World War II.
Is right. 15 points for Marion, getting it back there. Defenses. Ralph told the court he could not possibly have set the Malibu fires because he was locked inside the Biosphere Dome in Arizona. And we go to James.
Alibi.
Alibi is right. 15 points. That's good anticipation for Prairie, and another 15 points. Trials. A defense attorney calls a witness to testify. Then the prosecution has the opportunity to question, and we go over here to Tom for Marion.
Cross-examine.
Is right. Cross-examination. Compass abbreviations. On a compass, what is the abbreviation for the direction that is exactly opposite of ENE? And Kate for Prairie.
SWS.
I'm sorry, it's WSW, so we have to take 15 away from Prairie, so that takes them down to 170. It's 170 to 105. Here's the next question. Rivers. The mouth of the Volga River is in what body of water? And Tom, Marion?
The Mediterranean.
I'm sorry, it's the Caspian Sea, so we have to take away 15 there. Pronouns, the category. Pronouns such as myself, yourself, himself, and herself can be classified as either reflexive or as what other type of pronouns? The answer is intensive. Scientific laws. You are standing on ice skates and throw a bag of onions forward. Simultaneously, you move backward. Which of Newton's laws explains this phenomenon? And we go to Chris, Marion.
Third law.
Third law is right. Very nice. Good answer. Another 15 for Marion. Here's the next question. Marine resources, pearls which result from artificial implantation of foreign objects into the flesh of oysters, are said to be, what have we got here? James for,
Faux pearls.
pardon me?
Faux pearls.
I'm sorry, faux pearls, that's not right. It's cultured pearls. So we have to take 15 away. So it's 155 to 105. Now, elements. The most chemically active elements are those having either one or how many electrons in the outermost shell? And Mike for Prairie.
5.
I'm sorry, the answer is 7. So we have to take another 15 away. So the game is drawing a little closer here. We've got a score now of 105 for Marion, 140 for Prairie. Astronomy, the alignment of two celestial bodies within the solar system so that they have the same longitude as seen from the Earth is called? And James for Prairie.
An eclipse.
An eclipse is incorrect. Sorry about that. But now I am informed that is the end of the game. That was the final question. So the score is Marion 105 and Prairie has 125, and Prairie wins. Congratulations. Well, I'll tell you, we had a great team here from Marion High School. How about a nice hand for them? Fellas, nice going. And Marion wins $250, and of course Prairie goes to the Final Four. Congratulations, folks. Quite a game. Hey, this is fun. We'll see you next time on the KCRG TV9 High School Challenge. See you.